We usually see celebrities surrounded by luxuries and glamour, and we think about how quiet and comfortable their life is while having mansions valued at millions of dollars. But it is not always like this. Before touching fame and filling their bank accounts with money, some celebrities lived through shortcomings such as lack of roof, clothing, and even food. Fortunately, their talent has taken them far, showing us that everything is possible with effort and dedication. 14. Oprah Winfrey. Her childhood was so miserable. She had to endure the teasing of her schoolmates, suffered abuse, left home at age 14, became pregnant, and gave birth to a baby who died shortly after birth. 13. Sarah Jessica Parker. The actress lived with her 7 brothers, thanks to public charity, even, many times without basic needs, such as light. Hence, despite being a millionaire does not lose contact with reality. 12. Justin Bieber. His mother, Patty Millett, was only a teenager when he was born and eventually separated from his father, also very young. They had very little income, and Bieber remembers that the children laughed at him at school because his family was really poor. 11. Johnny Depp. In his childhood years, his family was so poor that they had to live in a motel room for almost a year. They moved more than 20 times until finally finishing in Florida. When he was 15, his parents separated, and Depp fell into drugs. 10. Leighton Meester. The actress was born in jail where her mother was serving a sentence, and after a few months, she was raised by her grandmother. 9. Tom Cruise. With a low-income family and separated parents, the now successful actor went through more than 15 schools and had to travel throughout the country in search of jobs that would allow him to survive. Childhood was his toughest stage due to the job instability of his father, who was never very responsible. 8. Chris Pratt. His beginnings as an actor were difficult. There was even a time when he lived in a van in Hawaii because he could not afford to pay anything better. 7. Jennifer Lopez. Her family, of Puerto Rican origin, lived in the Bronx, and when Jennifer wanted to try her luck in Manhattan in the world of entertainment, they could not afford to keep her there, so she spent months sleeping on a sofa at the dance school where she took classes. 6. Selena Gomez. Selena's mother was only 16 when her daughter was born. She was just a student, and she had to raise Selena herself alone. Economic difficulties marked the childhood of the former Disney girl until she began working on the show. 5. Halle Berry. Her father was a violent man, and her mother, a nurse by profession, both divorced when she was 4 years old. After being abandoned by the father of the family, and due to their complicated economic situation, the mother and daughter were forced to sleep in shelters. 4. Jay-Z. His father abandoned his mother when he was only 11 years old, and being a teenager, he had to sell drugs to get some money and eat. 3. J.K. Rowling. She was a single mother who had a hard time reaching the end of the month. She lived with her little boy in welfare homes. Her lack of resources stimulated her imagination, but thanks to that, she gave life to the character of Harry Potter. The rest is history. 2. Daniel Craig. In the early years of his career, he had to combine the castings with his job as a waiter and came to sleep on a bench in a London park because he could not pay rent. 1. Leonardo DiCaprio. His parents divorced when he was just 1 year old, so he grew up with his mother in Los Angeles, surrounded by drugs and prostitution. His situation improved when a talent scout discovered him.